Hello and welcome back, Duelists, to Top Table Duels. Today's video is going to be a ranked best of 3 match of Jake125 at 716, going to be playing a Swordsoul Bestial deck against 0989539860 at 1526. I think he's definitely top 5. He is going to be playing a Bestial Marincess build. I think both of them are just playing the Bestials as a side engine. So let me know in the comments below before this kicks off of which deck you think is going to win. Without further ado, let's kick it off. So Marincess will be going first. He's going to immediately light off his Pot of Desires. Just going to draw him into a Bestial Sarnair and a Marincess Sleepy Maiden. And then he's going to pass turn on that because it's that's a level 5. That's not what you want to see. This deck has such consistency. You can kind of start off with any one of them, but you hate to see that. So Jake125 is going to start his turn off by activating Swordsoul Emergency and then getting the Moyi, summoning Moyi, showing the Worm, which is going to be met by an Effect Veiler. Normally that wouldn't be the end of the turn, but since there's nothing else really on the board, he's going to set a Swordsoul Blackout and Infinite Permanence and pass turn to 098. 98 is going to pass turn again. Unbelievable. I guarantee this probably never happens to him. He's probably just kind of furious at his keyboard. So Jake's going to normal summon the Incredible Ecclesia, tribute itself off to special summon out the Swordsoul of Taya, banishing out the Swordsoul of Emergence, creating his token. Then we're going to Synchro in the Chi-Hao off the Moyi, activate both effects, get himself a draw. Probably glad. Oh no, he's going to grab the Summit, not the Long One. Going to activate Swordsoul Sacred Summit, targeting the Moyi. Moyi gets activated its effect for the turn, showing the Tinny Spirited Hara, making the token, and then synchroing off into Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. Activating Taya's Graveyard effect to send a Tinny Spirit Ashuna. And then he's going to light off the Pot of Desires. And he will draw his another Tinny Spirit Ashuna and then a Forbidden Droplet. Now activate Bestial Druid Worm by targeting the Effect Veiler. 98, ask him for what is the target. And then 098 is going to chain his own Bestial Sarnair on the same target. Getting himself a little bit of presence so he doesn't get blown out here. Jake will go into battle phase, swing over the Sarnair with Chi-Hao, and then attack with Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. 098 says, hey, wait a second, let me resolve my Sarnair, sending the Magnemite, and then Draco Berserker of the Tenyi will swing in for 3k. He will set the Forbidden Droplet, and then 098 will see his next card, Infinite Permanent, and scoop it up. You hate to see that, especially on a top player. You know he's probably built his deck in a way that he shouldn't be seeing so many bad hands, but it does happen to the best of us. So now we're going to get into game 2, and he opens up the Marincess Blue Tang as well as the Spring Girl for his engine to kick off. So he's going to normal summon the Blue Tang, activates effect, Jake's going to allow that to go, allows him to send the Sleepy Maiden to the graveyard. He will link off into Marincess Blue Slug. Marincess Blue Slug's effect activates. So he's Slug and Tang. Tang goes first, gets his wave, and then Slug will add. Then he'll activate Marincess Sleepy Maiden, special summon itself to get into the Marincess Coral Anemone. Anemone's effect will activate. He says, I will put it on Blue Tang. Then he'll go into Marincess Sea Angel to get the spell. That will be met by an Effect Veiler. Now he links them off into the triangle. He activates the Coral Anemone effect to add Tang back to hand. Then he's going to special summon his Spring Girl. Link into a 4 with the Argonaut. Argonaut because he doesn't have the field spell, he has to activate Sleepy Maiden's effect to equip the Anemone to him, so Argonaut can at least activate her negation effect. So now Jake's gonna special summon his Incredible Ecclesia, tribute itself off to special summon. Special summoning the Swordsoul of Moyi. Moyi's effect, show Taya. This has to be met by an Effect Veiler. Then Jake will activate Longyong in hand, ditching the Taya, special summoning itself out. Synchros off the token as well as the Moyi into a Chi-Hao. And that will be met by a Marincess wave on the Chi-Hao, so the Moyi still gets its draw. It draws into a Bestial Druid Worm. Then we'll go into battle phase. Argonaut will get run over by the Chi-Hao, and then Anemone's effect will activate because it was sent back to graveyard to get back his Spring Girl. Now Jake will light off his Pot of Desires that he held on to so it wouldn't get negated. And then he will draw into an effect Veiler as well as another Moyi. Pass turn to 098. 098 will activate Triangle's effect in graveyard, banishing itself and special summoning the Anemone. Sorry, and the Blue Slug. Is that? Oh yeah, total equals 3, yep. Then he'll normal summon the Blue Tang. Trying to play around the Chi-Hao negate. Activate Blue Tang's effect. Sends the Seahorse. Anemone's effect activate to special summon out the Seahorse. Links the Anemone and the Seahorse off into a Marbled Rock. The Anemone's effect will activate, adding back the Marincess Wave Trap, which will be able to recycle that. And Marble Rock will trigger. I didn't see what he targeted in there. I'll say that's fine to add the Seahorse back to hand. So now he's got his engine online. No field spell, but definitely enough engine. Goes into Marincess Sea Angel. He desperately wants to see that field spell. And Jake says, nope, I'm going to effect Veiler the Sea Angel. I know what you're trying to do. Blue Slug will activate, milling the top 3. Hits, sorry, Blue Tang. He hits another Tang as well as, I didn't see what that was, a Spring Girl. Goes into the Bubble Reef. And then he says C1 Tang 2. Then now Bubble Reef. Okay. So Bubble Reef's effect will activate. You can send one monster from hand to graveyard, special summon one of your banished Marincess monsters. That'll be met with Chi-Hao. And then he will activate the Marincess Wave, negating. So now they're unaffected. He needs this play to go off. Then he will link summon off into the World Dragon Zelantis. So he's going to banish them all and says he's unlocked in the water. They can't. I can't SS them back because he's the player that special summons them back. It doesn't allow him to special summon non-water monsters. So Jake will take the 25 and the 26, and then pass turn. Bubble Reef will activate its effect during standby phase to draw a card. And then Moyi will normal summon itself, showing the Vishuda in hand, making the token. Going into the Chi-Hao, Moyi 2, Chi-Hao 1. So he gets his draw into the evenly matched and then searches for his Longwan. Longwan special summons itself by ditching the Vishuda. And it's here in Nibiru the token comes down. So other than a potential link play off of Bestial Druid Worm, Jake can use his Vishuda, but it just gives his opponent his Nibiru back. So with no other Tennies in grave, basically they're saying it's 3,300 defense, 11,900 attack. I count on mine twice. So that's big. So on end phase, he will activate Magnamut. And it looks like he's targeting the Vishuda. Bestial Druid Worm will chain, target the exact same. And then Jake's turn ends. Now 098 has a couple things he can do here. There's the evenly matched on end of battle phase, but he's only at 2,900, so I feel like Marincess should be able to close out some sort of damage here. So he's going to special summon the Druid Worm and then normal summon the Seahorse. Go into his area, the Water Charmer Gentle, activate his Bestial Druid Worm, pop that massive token off the board, And then use Rhea the Water Charmer to special summon out the Moyi, which is a level 4 water. Special summon the Spring Girl. Go into his Abyss Dweller, which is now fairly big. He's going to activate the effect to turn off graveyard effects, and he's going to run in for game. So Jake's going to see the writing on the wall, and now we're going into game 3. Alright, Jake's going to be starting off our turn this time. He's got a triple attack talent, a Ashuna, a Swordsoul Emergence, Infinite Impermanence, and another Ashuna. So he's going to be able to get an engine there, but he is staring down on 098's side. He's got one way into engine, so that's better than his game 1 start, but he's got his Gamma, an Effect Veiler, and a Nibiru. So Jake's going to light off the Swordsoul Emergence, get his Moyi. Then he's going to activate Ashuna's effect to special summon itself. And then activate Moyi, a normal summon Moyi, showing the other Ashuna, making his token. Going into Yugioh. Moyi Chain Link 2, so he gets his draw, and then he gets to search for his Long Yuan. Then the Ashuna will be linked off into Monk of the Tenyi. And then Long Yuan will send the other Ashuna from hand to special summon itself. And it's here that Nibiru will come down. Jake does some fast math there. 5,000 and 3,300. Ashuna's effect will activate because he does control a non-effect monster. Sadly, it's nothing that he's going to be able to... Actually, it's a level 11. Does he have any 12s? Does he play any 12 synchros? Oh, but Jake's got the triple tactics talent, so he's going to light that off. He's going to say, I'm going to draw 2. Gets the Pot of Desires off the top, as well as the Incredible Ecclesia. Yeah, he does have a way into Baxia through Bestial Magnemite, as well as Adhara as well. But he's going to activate the Pot of Desires, banish 10, draw 2. He gets a Swordsoul Blackout, as well as drawing into another Pot of Desires. Desires into Desires. You know it happens. He's probably only playing 2 as well. Jake is going to activate Bestial Magnemite. It's going to say he can't. He's probably locked into... also, you cannot special summon monsters this turn except for worm monsters. Yep, because they lock him into worms, he can't do it. Would have been a nice play had he not had to use that effect. Yep. So, Nibiru is going to go straight into battle phase, run over the Adhara. And then he's going to activate his Druis Worm in main phase 2, banish out the Ashuna, normal summon into his Marincess Seahorse, link off into his Blue Slug's effect. We're thinking here, because he does have the one Infinite Impermanence to shut this down. Go into his Seahorse, special summon the Marincess Seahorse, just try to get... Yeah, Marincess spell, or he can get the special summon card. Links off into Rhea the Water Charmer, the Gentle. Uses the Bestial Druis Worm to get rid of the big token. Activates Rhea's effect to grab the Moyi. Links those two off into a Coral Anemone. Anemone's effect to grab the Seahorse. And then activates the Battle Ocean. And then we'll link off into... We get ourselves a Marincess Aqua Argonaut. Activates Marincess Battle Ocean. So he sees the one trap back there, so he's trying to set up to protect himself. He does have the Effect Veiler. Bounces the Swordsoul Blackout. Bounces his Seahorse, so he has some engine potentially for the next turn. Magnemite's going to come down in end phase. Activate its effect. Get his Druis Worm. And the Bestials, then he draws into an Adhara. So, not terrible. He's going to special summon the Ecclesia. Give himself a free way into a Synchro. Gets in, into the Baronne de Fleur. Oh no, so he's not even going to trip off. He just goes straight into the Baronne. Activate Baronne's effect. Turn off the Argonaut so it gets rid of his Spell and Trap interaction. He's probably going to light off the Desires. Yeah, there we go. Lights off his Desires. Draws into an Ashuna as well as a Moyi. At this point, he's off the races. Normal summons his Moyi for turn, showing the Adhara. At this point, yeah, 098, it's going to Effect Veiler. That's going to be met by the negate from the Baron de Fleur. He's going to get a search. He's going to get a draw. Oh, now he's going to activate the Ashuna's effect in hand to special summon the Vishuda out of deck. Bounce back my nib, please. He's going to link off the Moyi and the token into a Draco Berserker. He's going to get his draw, which is Anti-Spell Fragments. He's going to set the 2. He's going to pass turn. Jake says in standby phase, think. He's going to activate his Baron de Fleur to get his Chi-Hao back out. So, because he'd already spent the negate, and then he's going to activate the Anti-Spell Fragments in standby phase. So, he did get the Lightning Storm. It wouldn't have done him much good with Battle Ocean and Nib still up. So he's going to normal summon into the Seahorse, which is immediately going to be met by a Blackout. He's going to set the Lightning Storm and pass turn. At this point, there's not a lot that's going to get him back in this game. Yep, so 098 goes in, close it out. So let me know what y'all think about that duel. I don't really think either player, their play lines were anything other than really well. I just think that constantly having his effect shut off by effect, it seemed like Jake just held on to the effect veil every single time to shut off the Searcher for their special summon spell or their field spell, because he knew what was about to happen. So really well played by Jake, timing those effect veilers. 098 sitting on that and waiting until the nib got there and letting his opponent go into a continuous draw factor instead of maybe gamming early on. Maybe would have been the better play. He held that gamma on the entire duel and really never had a chance to do it, whereas the nib could have been used for a later turn once his opponent even used more resources. I don't know how that would have turned out. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments below. If there's any decks you want to see, as always, let me know. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. It goes a long ways toward letting me know what you like. And as always, I'll catch y'all next time.
Thank you for watching. Try some of these other great duels. If you like what you saw, give us a like and subscribe.